welcome to Littler House. I am starting a new series today on pockets where I'm going to show you a variety of ways to do different types of pockets and some tips and tricks for each. We're going to start with what I consider to be the simplest pocket, and that is a straightforward patch pocket. It's a pocket that is stitched along three of its sides with the top open, which is where you would insert your items. Now, a patch pocket can be any shape that you like. It just has to have an opening at the top. Otherwise, you can get really creative with patch pockets. Now, a few tips on a patch pocket is the first starting with finishing the raw edge across the top by just folding the fabric underneath. And now we have a nice polished finished edge. What you do is you start by folding right sides together first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch on both sides. So as you can see here, all I've done is just added a stitch line right sides together with my pocket folded. And then what we're going to do is turn our edge. We're going to poke those corners out. And then once I take this to the ironing board and press it, as you can see, I have a nice, tidy, finished corner here. My next step will be to go ahead and press the seam allowance under for the rest of the pocket. So I'm going to do that. I would recommend, this is obviously just scrap, I would recommend, of course, finishing this edge somehow as well. So whether you overlock that, do an overlocker stitch on your normal machine, however you want to finish it. Like I said, I'm going to press the seam allowance. However, in this particular patch pocket, we're dealing with a curved corner. That can be very tricky to press neatly without having a whole bunch of folds. So my tip here is to sew a line of gathering stitch along this corner and then along this corner. Okay, see how that's standing up now? That will be much easier now for me to press. As you can see, I can even just fold it with my fingers down and I'll be able to get a really nice rounded corner. Okay, so here we are pressed on the inside. And now all I have to do is place my patch pocket where I want it. And I will start at the top and stitch all the way around to the other top and we'll be done. Okay, here we are. Our patch pocket is all finished. One thing I did forget to do that I normally would is normally I would stitch this flap down so that there's a nice top stitch line across here as well. But as you can see, we can get our hand in here just fine. It's all nice and neat on the top here. That's a simple patch pocket. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope that helps.